Nakakaawa po ang mga pulis natin. Binuhusan ng tubig galing sa kanal, binato ng hollow block, binato ng Molotov cocktail.
Or tukoy ba natin kung sino yung mga posibleng nag-utos, especially dun sa minors, na mag-start ng violence?
Nawagan si Chavit Singson nitong weekend sa mga kabataan na lumabas at sumama sa rally para makita, maramdaman ng gobyerno yung disgusto. May impluensya ba yung panawagan niyang yun sa nangyari?
Busisiin mismo ang mga sinabi ni Mr. Chavit Singson dahil doon inakit niya ang mga kabataan, especially high school students, college students, at karamihan dito malamang ay mga minor de edad. At iniyahan ito na huwag pumasok sa eskwelahan. At habang hindi bumababa ang mga taong gusto nilang pababain. At sila pa, at si Mr. Chavit Singson pa ang nagsabi na hayaan ng mga magulang ang mga batang ito na tumayo para sa isang revolusyon para sa korupsyon. Dapat maimbestigahan ito upang malaman kung siya ay maaari makasuhan ng inciting to sedition.
As of 11 a.m. yesterday, the President and I were in touch constantly every 20 minutes to assess the situation. He was in a secure facility inside the compound, monitoring every single step. At approximately 2 p.m., while I was at the command center in Camp Crame, he called me and asked me to personally assess the threat level that was going on in Ayala Bridge. The anarchist burned a container truck that was put by the PSG to block the entrance of the Ayala Bridge. Subsequently, at around 3:30, the corner of Mendiola and Legarda, I think, at 3:30, a crowd of approximately 5,000 converged at that corner. The President's directive very explicitly stated that the PNP shall act with maximum tolerance. And with maximum tolerance, they only had their riot gear and no firearms. I repeat, the approximately 4,000 policemen deployed to contain the rally had no firearms on them, except for the SWAT group that was in the vicinity. The purpose of having no firearms is because when you engage a crowd, the chances of your firearm being pulled from you and being used against you is very high. Having said that, number one, there was no discharge of weapon from any PNP official. I repeat, there was no discharge of weapon. Number two, there was no tear gas used by the PNP. All the soldiers, all the policemen behind had instructions, use maximum tolerance. So they had no tear gas and they had no firearms. Number three, only when the mob were throwing Molotov cocktails did the police push back. That crossed the line. When rocks were thrown, you could shield yourself. But Molotov cocktails crosses the line. That can cause death. Having said that, the police pushed back. Pushing back using maximum tolerance. And one by one, they were apprehending the characters who were throwing rocks, Molotov cocktails, or engaging them physically. After the arrest, after all of that had been said and done, the protest subsided at around 5:30 p.m., after which we ascertained that the following happened. There was an arrest of, and we got this straight, 216 individuals, 216, comprising of 127 adults and 89 minors. The minors were characterized as following: 65 were children in conflict with the law, and 24 children at risk. What is the difference? Children in conflict with the law is 15 to 17. Children at risk is 14 and below. Of the 216 that were arrested, We'd also like to report that 95 PNP personnel were wounded. 95. Some of them serious, requiring medical attention. They were brought to the PSG station here in Malacanang and also to the PNP General Hospital for further treatment. Now, I would like to commend the PNP for their performance yesterday. They acted according to law. They acted according to instructions. I would like to debunk the rumors going around that someone died, that there was a death. There were 0 casualties. I repeat, there were 0 casualties. What is spreading around in social media is fake news. There were, however, people who got hurt. None of the protesters were seriously hurt. I repeat, none. By seriously, I mean that they would have to be hospitalized. The police got hurt more than the protesters. And that is something notable to everyone. Nakakaawa po ang mga pulis natin. Binuhusan ng tubig galing sa kanal. Binato ng hollow block. Binato ng Molotov cocktail. Nasusunog sa tabi nila.
Mari na po tumanggap ng tanong. Maricel Halili, TV5.
Secretary Remulla, tukoy na po ba natin kung anong grupo involved itong mga nahuli? Isang grupo lang ba sila? Magkakaiba?
Hindi, scattered kasi again, as Secretary Aguda said, it started online and then they used the black peace motive to assault the palace. Buti na lang na hindi sila pumunta sa People Power Monument at doon ng gulo. Kasi kung doon nangyari, mas marami masasaktan. Dito naman, kung Mendiola lang at mako-contain talaga ng PNP at PSG ang lahat yan.
Pero what are the chances, or tukoy ba natin kung sino yung mga posibleng nag-utos, especially dun sa minors, na mag-start ng violence?
Wala pa po. DICT is working on it. They are ascertaining kung sino ang may-ari ng website, kung saan nanggagaling, and we will know in the end. Habang nagda-tactical interrogation pa ang mga bata, malalaman natin kung ano talaga nangyari.
Ano po yung plano nating isang pang kaso, especially dun sa mga adults?
We will, andyan yung arson, andyan yung grave physical injuries, and we can go as far as sedition. Yung statement lang nila na we intend to burn the palace, gusto namin sunugin palasyo, is a seditious act in itself.
Salamat po.
Tuesday New DCWB.
Good morning to Secretary or Remulla or PNP Chief. Nabanggit niyo, Secretary, na 0 casualty tayo from the protest yesterday.
Yes.
But today, sir, nag-confirm po si DOH and Assistant Secretary Albert Domingo. Mayroon daw po isang lalaki na matay because of the rally. Sinaksak daw po. So, paano natin ano yun?
Ang information namin kahapon, doon sa site mismo, at during the altercation, there was wala kaming nakitang ganun. Kung may nasaksak man yan, hindi na galing sa PNP yan kasi walang kutsilyo ang PNP.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would suppose it was one of the anarchists who stabbed him if it were the result of the rally. But during the rally itself, all the ambulances were there. We monitored where they went at wala kaming nakita na nasaksak.
Right. Follow up lang, sir. May nabanggit po si General Nartates kanina na parang tinitignan din po ninyo na as terrorist yung mga nagsagawa nung mararahas na aksyon kahapon, including yung burning of the van or yung sasakyan po dyan sa Ayala Bridge, and then yung pananakit sa mga police and other civilians. Can we call them terrorists, sir? O paano ba? Sasampahan din ba sila ng kasong terrorism?
Okay. It will be a result of the continuing investigation as yung ebidensya po ay tinitignan natin. So that's why maybe it can lead to terrorism or violation of the Anti-Terrorism Act. With regards to the reported death, wala pa pong nakarating sa ating himpilan ng pulisya, lalong-lalo na dito sa Manila Police District about death. If this was reported to have a stab wounds, then our police will investigate that for sure. What's so important is as of now, we don't have report of death through gunshot wounds. Kasi yun ang importante, yung gunshot wounds. And the reported casualty and or the reported mga nasaktan yesterday, up to last night, tubo na mahaba na medyo sharpen dun sa dulo. So that caused these lacerated wounds. And a lot of contusions from among the not less than 70 police.
Thank you, sir.
Sunod, Alvin Baltasar, Radyo Pilipinas.
Good morning po, Chief PNP. Our DILG Secretary can answer also. Secretary General Nartates, even before na nangyari ito, yung kahapon, meron na ba tayong intel report na natatanggap na may ganitong mangyayari? And nakuha ba sa intel report na may plano talaga lusubin ng Malacanang?
Yes. We had in the intel report, and that's why an additional phalanx of security was introduced into the roads leading to Malacanang. We knew that they would try, they would attempt. We knew that we had the suspicion that they would use violence. Pero ang directive talaga ng ating Pangulo is use maximum tolerance. We will not allow anarchy to prevail over the government. So, ginawa namin ang lahat at nagtagumpay naman yung plano namin.
Secretary, follow-up lang dun sa sinabi niyo kanina dun sa mga naaresto. Can you give us a profile ng mga naaresto? Taga saan ba sila? At ito ba ay hinakot?
We'll know more after they are processed kasi isa-isa kinakausap yan. But most are from Manila. May malapit lang na lugar. Naglalakad lang sila eh. Nakikita namin naglalakad lang. Papasok-pasok. So most are from Manila.
Secretary, isa na lang. Sa isang interview, sinabi ni Manila Mayor Isko Moreno na yung gulong nangyari kahapon, ang nasa likod, isang dating politiko at saka isang abogado. Without naming names, yan din ba lumalabas sa intel report?
Hindi pa namin pinag-aaralan. Iba yung nakikita namin suspects, pero iba rin ang sources ni Mayor Isko eh. So we will verify his allegations.
Salamat po, Secretary.
Sunod, Clisel Pardilla, PTV4.
Good morning po, Secretary. Secretary, you've mentioned earlier na posibleng may nag-utos. Does it mean that some of them were paid?
We are studying the matter. Sa ngayon, wala kami nakitang pera na malaki naman na hawak nila. Na habang ando doon, wala kami nakitang distribution. But nothing is ruled out. Na according to the chatter na nakikita namin, pinag-aaralan pa namin. Pero mayroon kaming isang narinig na rally doon sa Bonifacio Monument, sa Liwasang Bonifacio, na sinabi nung na may hawak na mic, sandali na lang, pupunta na tayo na Mendiola, dalahin nyo na ng mga lighter nyo. So, that was a confirmation na they had intent to burn the palace.
Kay DILG Secretary, sa laki po nung Intel Fund ng Office of the President, hindi po ba natin agad natukoy kung sino yung mga grupo sa likod nitong marahas na rally sa Ayala Bridge at sa Mendiola po? Ito yung mga galing sa Luneta, kasama po sila sa mga nagrally doon.
Actually, alam na namin kung anong grupong yan, pero hindi pa namin pwedeng sabihin kasi yung actual participants, kinoconnect pa namin sa kanila. So, you give us a few days at we will confirm after all the interviews and the interrogations are done.
So, may political group po ba dito sa mga nasa likod ng mga magulong karas o marahas na rally na ito po kahapon?
We will confirm after all the interviews are done.
Sa tingin niyo po ba yung mga nagrally, yung mga kabataan may kasama pang mga menor de edad are capable to burn the Malacanang using the lighter na sabi niyo po kanina, nabanggit niyo, nagdala sila ng lighter.
Well, the capacity to burn the palace is very difficult, but the intent was there. So we have to separate the two of them. Iba yung capacity and intent. So mahirap gawin yun yung gusto nilang mangyari at hindi kami papayag. Pero gusto talaga nila by showing that they had Molotov cocktails ready.
So kaya pong sunugin ang Malacanang gamit po yung Molotov, yung lighter.
Kung napasok nila, siyempre. Yung lighter naman para sa Molotov yun eh. Okay. Kung lighter lang, siyempre hindi makakasunog yun, di ba? Pero ayun yung gusto nila. Di ba? Pero kung nakapasok sila at di pinigilan, siyempre kaya nila gawin yun. Pero hindi kami papayag doon na mangyari doon.
Last na lang pong question. Ano po yung pwedeng maging liability kung meron pa po ng mga organizer ng rally sa Luneta since karamihan po doon sa mga kabataan na nakaitim, na mga suit, may mga nakamaskara at nakabonet, ay galing po doon sa kanilang mga rally sa Luneta?
We will label them as terrorists. And as far as sedition, pwede namin i-charge sa kanila if we prove it already.
Ito mo mga Makabayan Black, ganun po ba yung mga militanteng grupo?
You wait for it till we confirm. And the DOJ has standards of reasonable certainty for conviction before we file the case. So, i-develop yung case para sa kanila.
Last na lang po, doon po sa Liwasang Bonifacio, mga nagrally din po doon. May pumunta rin po ba dito sa Mendiola at Ayala Bridge?
Around 300 of them pumunta dito.
Thank you po.
Sir, ano ang liability nung nagsalita sa SS Ryan na magdala ng lighter doon sa nangyari kahapon?
Liwasang Bonifacio.
Sa Liwasang Bonifacio.
It can go from arson to sedition. So we are studying the matter.
Another question. Nawagan si Chavit Singson nitong weekend sa mga kabataan na lumabas at sumama sa rally para maramdaman ng gobyerno yung disgusto. May impluensya ba yung panawagan niyang yun sa nangyari kahapon?
Siguro siya lang makakasabi nun, hindi kami. And we're happy that he asked the youth to come out kasi ayun nga ang purpose nun to air their grievances. Safe to say that the president heard what was going on, then he heard the grievances of the people, and he is acting swiftly to correct everything. A institutional change that he wants to do is in the process of being done.
Di ba yung matatawag na inciting to sedition?
Hindi naman.
Panawagan na
Nang imbita lang naman siya na pumunta sa rally. Hindi niya man sinabi na ipabagsak ang gobyerno o patayin may patayin na tao. Hindi naman siguro.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sunod, Ms. Elgiang, All TV.
Hello po. Good afternoon, Secretary Remulla. Question lang po. Records show that there are around 70 policemen who were wounded.
95, I think.
Sorry, 95
Yes.
policemen were wounded. Given this fact, Secretary, can we still say that the September 21 protest was generally peaceful?
Yes, because none of the legitimate protesters were hurt in the sites all around the country. It is only a few who tried to incite violence near the palace that were arrested. So, the protest was not limited to EDSA Shrine and Luneta and the People Power Monument. All around the country, there were separate venues, and all of them were very peaceful.
One more question, Secretary. Ang nangyari po kahapon ay protesta laban sa korupsyon dahil sa flood control projects. Pero naging marahas po yung mga nagprotesta sa Ayala, sa Mendiola, sa Recto. Sa tingin niyo po, Secretary, bakit ang pagsunog sa palasyo yung naging motibo nung mga naging marahas kahapon?
Well, obviously, they had different intentions. They did not intend to peacefully air their grievances as is allowed by law. But what their intentions were, we will determine in the next few days. I mean, how they assembled, who assembled them, or how the process went, we will determine in the next few days.
Sir, sorry, pahabol na lang. Yung 300 people na sinabi nyo kanina, na-establish ba natin na iisang grupo sila galing?
Hindi naman. So we're still determining until now.
So hindi po isang grupo?
We will determine in the next few days.
Alright, thank you po.
Thank you very much, Secretary John Vic Remulla, Secretary Henry Aguda, and PNP Chief General Nartates Jr. Kanina sa tanong patungkol kay Chavit Singson, ang gusto po ng Pangulo ay managot ang lahat na maaaring managot at lahat na maaaring sangkot sa marahas na nangyari. Iilan lamang, pero naging marahas ang ilan sa naging rally nitong linggo. So tayo na po ang makikiusap sa pamunuan po, especially kay Secretary John Vic Remulla, kay Acting PNP Chief General Nartates Jr., and of course sa DOJ, na busisiin mismo ang mga sinabi ni Mr. Chavit Singson. Dahil doon, inakit niya ang mga kabataan, especially high school students, college students, at karamihan dito malamang ay mga minor de edad, upang malaman nila at iniyahan ito na huwag pumasok sa eskwelahan. At habang hindi bumababa ang mga taong gusto nilang pababain. At sila pa, at si Mr. Chavit Singson pa ang nagsabi na hayaan ng mga magulang ang mga batang ito na tumayo para sa isang revolusyon para sa korupsyon. So, dapat maimbestigahan ito upang malaman kung siya ay maaari makasuhan ng inciting to sedition.